Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for mid-June right through to mid-July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see what opportunities are coming your way or what you're going to be dealing with in the next coming weeks. And let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their career sector? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to be aware of at this time regarding opportunities and where they're headed in terms of their finances? I mean, your first card there is the Star. So that is about you gaining recognition, being appreciated for what you do, stepping into the spotlight in some way in the next 6 weeks. And I feel a lot of you are searching for answers in your career. I mean, some of you may literally have a conundrum, a problem that you're dealing with right now, and you're trying to find a solution to it, which you will find that solution. But on a more personal level, this is about you feeling like you're making a difference, that you really are kind of like standing out from the crowd. Now, you may typically not want to stand out from the crowd, but this is about allowing yourself to be seen for the gifts and the talents that you have. I do feel that this is about finding harmony in your current working circumstances. And if some of you have been out of work recently and you're looking for work, I definitely see that it has been a very unfair job market recently. But there is change happening there for you, and I feel that your resume is going to start to stand out amongst the crowd. So I feel, there is a new beginning here for you when it comes to opportunities. But even if you're not in a job or a role right now and you're still looking for opportunities, putting the feelers out there, I definitely see that some good karma is coming back around towards you, and there is a new contract available to you. Now, the overarching energy I have for a lot of my beautiful Cancerians right now is that there is a period of restructure. Things may be going on behind the scenes. They may come to light. So, for example, if you work for a company, there may be some sort of merge or disconnect of a partnership. Let's put it that way. There may be a breaking away of a company that is already partnered up with someone there. I definitely see change is afoot, and you may have to either sign new contracts or you may hear of some redundancies, okay? And looking at your energy, you're the Star energy. That's your protagonist energy, which basically means you are an asset to any team or any environment that you find yourself in, but you may hear about them and you may be a little bit nervous or a little bit worried. But looking at the Death card, I feel, changes are occurring, and it says there, after a period of difficulty. So this transition period puts you in a pole position to actually stand out from the crowd and really be acknowledged for someone who really is that asset to any team or industry, okay? And if you're an entrepreneur, this could be some new policies, rules, or regulations on how you do business, how you operate, contracts that need to be signed, for example, maybe even some stipulations legally that you need to adhere to. They may be changing, and you may need to cast a critical eye on them to see what it means for you personally in your industry. So I feel right now, the majority energy of my beautiful Cancerians, whether you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, you're in business for yourself, or whether you work for a company, I feel like you're keeping your eye on changes and you're wishing for some important changes that will benefit you long term. So let's get to each card. The star energy indicates that you are someone who is full of new ideas. You know, you may have been really exhausted recently. A lot of you are feeling this fluctuating energy of feeling really drained, and something hasn't been fair in your current circumstances. It may feel like things are out of balance, or some of you may yearn to return to a period in your working environment where you really enjoyed what you did. But now it feels like no matter what you do, it seems to be never enough, and you may feel that you've been really up against it. And it may have made you feel unmotivated or feel that perhaps there's no support there. But in the next coming weeks, you're going to have lots more ideas, you're going to feel inspired, and this is a card that indicates that you're putting your health first in the working environment. So that means opening yourself up to healthier working practices. If you're an entrepreneur, for example, this could be a very healthy cutoff point to say, okay, I've done what I can do for today, and now I'm going to step back and really find some peace of mind or regenerate my energy by doing something for me in terms of personal development or even self-care routines, and then the world can be won another day. So I feel like you are taking a step back. And for those of you who work for a company, for example, you may draw attention to some discrepancies in the working environment. For example, you're not like a tattletale. You're not saying they're not doing any work and I'm doing it all. You're not saying that, even though you may want to say that. You may be actually just saying, okay, you know what, I've got a lot on right now. Is there any way I could delegate this or prioritize this? That means that this won't be done for the next couple of weeks because I really need to focus on what's important right now. And then that draws attention to the fact that you're really under it, and that all the people who are probably coasting or not pulling their weight, they will have to justify what they are doing. And I feel there's a potential to delegate some work there. And for some of you, I feel this is a period of review. Okay, so it could be that you are going to get an appraisal in the next coming weeks where you get to talk things through with a person who's in a position of authority. Or if you're an entrepreneur, this could be you reviewing your company to see how it's doing and really reflecting on this period of chaos. It just feels like there's been a disruptive energy. Now, this could have been some delays in infrastructure, perhaps things that you need, resources that you need for companies to run smoothly. For some of you, it could be that there's a chain of command that is somehow blocked. For example, it could be someone who is a linchpin in the chain of command. They've been off sick, or perhaps they've been on vacation, or perhaps you have been on vacation or been unwell and you're healing, but now you're getting back into the mix of things, and it just feels like there's been a buildup of things that need to be done. Well, the next 6 weeks, I see that you're going to be super productive and you're getting things done. And for some of you beautiful Cancerians, you're trying to tie up loose ends to get everything done as quickly as possible so that you can take a rest, so that you can take a vacation, maybe even a quick trip for your birthday, because it is coming up. And for whoever is listening to this, I hope you have the most magical time indeed. But the star energy, I'm just going to read what the card says. This is your protagonist energy, and this is a sign of peaceful period of healing, feeling truly confident in being yourself around other people. So this is about showcasing your skills, really peacocking yourself and showing what you're made of. So I feel for some of you, there is an opportunity for you to really like stand up and kind of like stand out from the crowd. Okay, so there could be a project that you've been working on or some knowledge that you have that really sets you apart from other people. I feel you're going to be appreciated for this. I feel you're going to be recognized for this. And I actually feel that because of all your effort, there is like some sort of opportunity to either gain an award or, have some sort of merit coming through for you. I mean, even an email maybe of someone saying, you know what, you did a really great job. Maybe that's just what is coming towards you, but we will go deeper in the Celtic cross there. But I feel like you should be really proud of yourself, because even in very chaotic circumstances, because this Justice card, it's in the reverse. It feels like something's out of balance in your current working circumstances. So you may have felt like you're moving through mud. You may have felt that no matter how much effort you put into something, it just feels like there's no reciprocal exchange. It doesn't feel like it's worth it right now. Also, the Justice card, for some of you, there could be some legalities that you have to deal with. As I said, new contracts, if you're asked to sign new contracts because there's merges or, breakaway partnerships going on and there's new management, for example, you may have to sign new contracts. Make sure that you really read the fine print and make sure that you still get the benefits that you had before, because anything new that is signed, even if you've been in that role for years, when you sign something new, everything else is nullified and you start afresh. So I feel like this is about protecting everything that you worked hard for so far. For some of you, this could be that you're having a bit of conflict in the working environment. And this could be that you've got like a problem that you need to solve in the next 6 weeks, or it could be a conflict with a person, and you may actually think about taking it to HR to find a solution. I mean, a resolution will be found. It will be changed by the end of the 6 weeks. And I feel for some of you, if you're dealing with someone who's been super difficult, I feel that they are leaving. Now, either they are pushed or they are leaving, but either way, I feel like they are like not in your immediate circumstances as we move through July and August. So, I mean, it could be that they're going on vacation, but I really feel that when they return, it's different. It just feels like they're not in that role anymore, or they may move into a different department, different sector. Either way, I feel like there is a fresh new start and it just feels nicer. But also with the Justice card in the resistance position, it can indicate any paperwork, whether you work for a company or whether you work for yourself, any paperwork that you've been sort of putting to the side that is building up. I feel like you'll be very much on it and organized in the next coming weeks. Okay, so sorting through receipts or documents, invoices, spreadsheets, contracts, whatever it is, important documents, you're going to be paying a lot of attention to that over the next coming weeks. I'm actually seeing like a very colorful graph of things going up and down. So maybe you deal in graphs and things like that. I'm not really sure, but this can also indicate the effort, your energy levels, that they've been fluctuating. Maybe on a personal level, you're trying to find out that why one day you're feeling like completely on top of the world and you're a go-getting spirit, and then the next day you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, I can't do this, because you're exhausted, because you put your whole 100% in there. And some of you, because the Justice card is there, you may be trying to find a personal reason as to why this is happening. For some of you, it could be that you're going through something difficult in your personal life right now, and for some of you it could be that you are fluctuating hormonally and it just feels like you're a little bit out of balance, and you will find the reason, but you will pinpoint it and you will rectify it, is what I see there. Okay, now of course the Justice card in the resistance position, not all of you but some of you beautiful Cancerians may be going through a divorce, and you're trying to just focus all your attention on your career. You're just trying to focus on things that help you build your empire. Change, whilst it may be difficult, it's actually going to be very positive for you long term. And it says here, the need for a fair resolution, set your emotions aside and just look at the facts. So again, as I said, I feel like you're casting a critical eye over your career right now, looking at all the things that work, all the things that don't, and you're trying not to let anything personal get in the way, but you are human and you are someone who is super sensitive and you have feelings and emotions, and we must acknowledge that sometimes we just get overwhelmed. And we have to acknowledge that that's okay. That's how your body is feeling. And if we try to push things down, of course, we're being professional, humans, we be professional, we put things aside, but we must also deal with things, otherwise they will become very overwhelming. I feel like some of you are looking at your limitations in your career sector right now and seeing how you can find a way around it. So if you have a problem or you are experiencing some level of difficulty or things just haven't been fair recently, I feel there is a readdress of the balance, and that's across the board. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work for a company, I feel there is a period of fairness coming in, and I feel it's almost like you're being really honest with yourself, and all the effort that you're putting in, you're going to start to see results, okay? But you must allow yourself to be seen, to shine. I feel this is a time to push yourself forward and say, look, I got this, or I've got that skill, or you know what, I created this project, or I've got this new idea. Because I feel, obviously, copyright any ideas, or send yourself an email that is date stamped in some way just to prove that the idea is yours. But ultimately I feel now you're pushing forward with things, and anything that you have been sort of trying to create at this time. I feel like you may launch it. We have the Death card. This is your outcome energy. So yes, change is afoot, but I feel like you are identifying something that needs to change. So whether it is your approach, whether it is that you feel there needs to be a more balanced approach to work, or that people need to take accountability, I feel like you're being disciplined and organized and focused. But ultimately, I also see the way that you work is changing. And for some of you, you're literally ending a cycle of repeat. Maybe that you are basically leaving something that's old and familiar in order to embrace a new opportunity. For some of you, you may be looking at where you feel like you procrastinate, where you waste time, where someone tries to waste your time, where you feel undervalued or underestimated. Whatever it is, I feel like you are restructuring the way that you work, and new opportunities are actually flowing towards you because of it. Now it says here, change is occurring after a period of difficulty, and there's your period of difficulty, but anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright, which tells me that, good karma is coming your way, and there is a bit of a win-win situation here for you. I do see appraisal vibes. I see if you are working for yourself, it could be you checking in with your accountant or your financial advisor, for example, or you just looking at your to-do list or goals that you have and seeing how far you have to go to reach the next goal. For some of you, it could be, if you're working for a company, it's actually a review period or an interview or some sort of meeting that is important, and it sort of addresses the next steps, what you expect for the future, what changes you want to make, what you want to learn going forward. Now it says the beginning of a time of relief. Okay, so anything that you've been dealing with that has been problematic, you find solutions, and I feel this is about you receiving rewards. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're about to receive a contract for a new role that either, increases your reputation or puts you in the public eye in some way, or allows you to be seen by the right people, or expand your business in some way. It just feels like there is success headed your way, and it's going to change everything. It's going to transform things for the better. So I'm just going to go to the Celtic Cross just to see what is coming in your way. I'm actually seeing someone spinning loads of plates, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plates. Normally when I see someone spinning plates, I'm seeing like 6 or 7. Okay, that will be max. But I'm seeing 11 plates for you. So perhaps you are really under it this week or the next coming weeks, and I feel like you're multitasking. Some of you, it can be that you're so busy that you're wondering, can you accomplish it all? Or, I mean, I definitely see that you can, but you may approach it in a different way. Some of you may also feel that you've got so much on that you're a little bit worried that there is a potential for minor mistakes. But I see if there's any sort of small minor mistake that you make, or you overlook something, I feel like you can correct it. So it's not a big deal is what I see there. But I feel this is more about you feeling really like shattered, really exhausted, going through a lot. I mean, even if you're working for yourself, you know that it's not really just 9 to 5, you're working 24/7. If you work for a company, I feel there's been some difficulty there, because it may mean that either people have been away or are unwell. May even be that there's redundancies going on, or restructures and changes that people are worried about, and it just means that everybody is trying to do extra work or go above and beyond in order to secure their position. So it just feels like a time of restructure, and people are feeling a little bit uncertain. Also, I'm getting an energy here that some of you, you're returning to things that perhaps you let build up because you've had other priorities. Okay, so it feels very much like things that you need to do that you've got on the back burner. I feel like you will focus on that in the next coming weeks. So very productive, very goal oriented, but also I feel like you hit your deadlines, you hit your tasks, you basically are completely on target. The World card tells me that some of you do have a trip or some vacation coming up that you're working towards, so you're trying to tie up loose ends there. But ultimately, I feel like, you know, you have a lot to give in your career sector. Yeah, just as I say that, the Ace of Cups, this is the card of what you have to offer, okay? And you put your 100% into everything that you do. You really feel it. You don't just invest in it. You really care about whatever it is that you do. And, you know, that is displayed here. This shows, and I feel you are going to be recognized for your skill set for some sort of award or some sort of recognition. I mean, it could be that there's an important client that you deal with and they just remark that actually you provide a really personal service and you go above and beyond, and they really just love that. And that's why they keep coming back time and time again, because they feel special. Because you make them feel special. You remember what it is that they like. You remember how they like to do business, and everybody is individual. So whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for a company, I feel you provide that kind of service, whatever it is you do, okay? And I feel it is noticed, especially in a world where everybody wants to fast track something just for money. You really care. So it's not just about the money. Of course, we all need money to pay bills, so you are trying to create a secure environment for you and your family. But ultimately, it's about, you know, how you express yourself through your work, how you identify yourself with what you do, and your reputation as well. So let me see, we got final cards here. These are the final cards. We've got the Death card and the Devil card. Interesting, 2 major arcanas there. We will clarify them at the end, because this can indicate that you are leaving something because you're passionate about something else and you are focused on, you know, leading with passion. You may even be obsessed with overthinking on how it may go, this change or this transition or this new opportunity, but I feel it's going to work in your favor. But we need to pull a card on that Devil card. Let's start at the very beginning, because I see a lot of you trying more than anything to exert your independence in your working environment, okay? Now, the Seven of Swords, this is your starting position. Some of you, not all of you, you're quiet quitting. You know, you may be putting your resume out there, not telling anyone at this time, and just seeing what else is out there, because the Seven of Swords is to basically go off the radar in order to orchestrate something else. Some of you may be thinking about moonlighting at this time, or you may have other streams of income or other ideas that you want to put into practice at this time. The Seven of Swords, you know, it is not a negative card. So many people associate it with someone betraying their trust, and it can be, but ultimately the history of the card is to remove a difficulty or remove something diplomatically so that there is a resolution or a problem is solved. Let's put it that way. I want you to be aware of the Seven of Swords, which I'm sure all of you are, but just in case there's anyone out there, my guides are giving me that I must show you the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords, the figure is actually running away with 5 swords in stealth mode, and 2 swords are left behind, and that figure is looking back, meaning to come back for it, saying I'll be back later for those, but I've had to act really quickly right now, so I can't carry it all. So I feel that's how you're operating right now. It's like, okay, I got to prioritize. This is important. I'm going to focus on this at this time. I need to move quickly, and I'll sort of return to this when I can return to it. But also, I feel some of you, you may be looking around thinking, is anyone else going to pick that up? Can I outsource this in some way? You know, especially if you're an entrepreneur, it can be like, okay, can I get anyone else to help with that? Can I hire someone who can help me or delegate that service to that person? For some of you, it can be like, okay, you're so busy that you've had to act quickly and you may feel that you may miss something. And it's like you really feeling under pressure. It's not that you're frazzled. I feel like you are managing your stress levels and trying really hard to be completely on it. But I feel like you don't want to miss something. You want to pay attention to detail to your work. And you tend to be that person that, you know, when you're in an interview and they say, is there anything negative that you would say is something that you've had to work on or that you have to deal with? And you may come up with the answer that, you know what, I have an attention to detail that sometimes slows me down a little bit because I need to make sure that everything is precise. There may be a little bit of perfectionism there. I feel like you're just not having time to even deal with that right now. I feel like you've got so much on that you're like, whew, perfectionism out the window. I just got to focus on all the stuff and hit the deadlines. I just need to be on it. And it may be making you feel a little bit unsettled at this time. It almost feels like you're operating from here because, I don't know, it feels like you can't catch a breath, okay? So I do feel also with the Seven of Swords that there may have been some challenges, okay? And this may be that someone is causing some level of conflict in the working environment. Perhaps someone is actually bullying you, or someone is basically abusing their power in a situation, and you're feeling like you want to run away. Okay, because this is a card of just running away from all of the issues or the problems. But the Eight of Pentacles indicates that you have a lot of knowledge and your skill set is there to help you in the situation, and you got this. Okay, so I actually feel like you got everything under control, but sometimes it feels like people pressurize you or try to push you to your absolute limits. And some of you may feel like you've hit a glass ceiling or a plateau in some area of your career, and you want to diversify, or you want to learn new skills, new knowledge to either upgrade financially or step into new roles. So I feel some of you may be like quietly on the side, opening yourself up to courses of learning or upskilling in some way so that you can make these changes for yourself. Now, I would say, although you're under pressure, I would say do not go too quickly this month, because I feel, there is the potential for you to miss something, but it's a minor thing and you will be able to correct it. For the majority of you, it may be someone else makes a mistake, and I feel like you're going to have to step up and correct it. And I feel, you will be celebrated for doing that. Also, I mean, as you can see, that figure is like, it's almost like the outer exterior there is crumbling. So I feel like some of you are really seeing through some people's motivations in the working environment, that they're not pulling their weight. You may feel things have been unfair, micromanaged, things like that. And I feel with the Eight of Pentacles, you've just decided that it's best to invest in yourself, learn new knowledge, so you can either leave this company or this environment in order to step into new roles, or even leave a department in order to be seconded elsewhere, or, elevate in the company. I mean, the Seven of Swords, it is a quest for independence. It is a way of doing something differently that other people just don't understand, and that's okay. For some of you, it could be that you're doing a career, or you've chosen a career that your family just don't get, and you're like, it's okay that you don't get it. This is my path. This is something I want to do for me, and I feel like you're doing things your own way. And I'm just hearing Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way. It's just coming through there. So some of you may hear this song over the next coming weeks or months that indicate that you're going to get a level of success because you actually followed your hunches and did things your way, okay? Now, what's crossing you? We have the Eight of Pentacles there. For some of you, the Eight of Pentacles can indicate that right now you're feeling a little bit frustrated and maybe even bored with a cycle of repeat in your current circumstances. 8 is the number of the self. You've really committed yourself and you're really dedicated to whatever it is that you're doing, but you may feel it's a bit repetitive, or you may feel that, something needs to give. You want a little bit more excitement, or you want to find a different approach to whatever it is that you do so that you can keep building your empire financially, but also your reputation, and work your way up through the ranks. The Eight of Pentacles, it can indicate some of you, as I said, are opening yourself up to a new strategy of learning, gaining new knowledge. But some of you, I want you to be aware that structure can be really good, because it means that you're doing something day to day over and over again, and you are becoming a master or a mistress of it. You are dominating it. You are the best at what you do. You're above the competition. This is a card that indicates that you are mastering your craft and you want to enjoy whatever it is that you do. But some of you may feel a little bit bored or unstretched at this time, and I feel that you're going to find a way to challenge yourself in a really positive form. And it could be that you are basically implementing new strategies or learning new skills in order to put yourself in a position to, as I said, rise through the ranks there. Also, 8, it tends to be habit. Some of you are just looking at the habits that go on in the working environment, especially with the Seven of Swords. It can be or there are people who are really two-faced. You know, the sort of people that go, oh, hey, how you doing? Did you have a good weekend? Oh, yeah, great. And then as soon as you walk away, they're like, oh, my God, did you see this? You know, those sort of people. So some of you are just like feeling a little bit either isolated in your circumstances right now, or feeling just a little bit like things are not fitting as they should, because it is a crossing card. You know, it feels, you read it in the reverse as well as the upright. It feels like some of you have been working so hard that it feels somehow that still you're either in the same place, or that the people, it's just not gelling for you. And of course, there may be one or two people that you really get on with, but ultimately it just feels like some of you are just putting your nose to the grindstone and just working, and you're working towards some change. Also, with the Justice card, some of you are already going through these changes, and there are some periods of adjustments, let's put it that way. So, for example, some of you may have been in a company where they have moved departments or moved offices, for example, and there's a restructure or refurb going on. For some of you, it could be that you're finding new locations for you to hire if you're an entrepreneur. So it feels like you're in a period of adjustment. And I mean, some of you could be tax time as well. So you may be actually getting all your bits and pieces together in order to legally file documents, for example. But this is what is below you on the physical plane. This is a period of karma, of balance, of harmony. Yes, you're going to be really busy with documents. I feel this 6 weeks period is going to be full of important documents, not just in terms of working environments, but also in terms of personal stuff. So, I mean, financially, it could be that you're ending contracts with service providers in order to find better deals with other service providers. For some of you, it could be that you are ending subscriptions that perhaps you've had ticking over in the background, utilizing your resources, and you're like, I don't even read that magazine anymore, or I don't use that subscription as much anymore. Let's cut it back. It's not that you're cutting back because you are feeling the pinch, although some of you may be. I feel this more than anything, you're just streamlining, saying, okay, that's a little bit more savings for me. I don't use it anymore. I've outgrown it. It's time to change, because this is a card of change, rebalance, restructure. Also, this, interesting, I'm being given an image in the water right now of like concrete bricks. It looks like a wall. I can't really see what it is. I can only see the like close-up version of it in the water. It's just bricks, okay? And out of the cement in between the bricks, there are all these little like sprouts of plants coming out, flowers as well, in some cases. So, I mean, this could indicate spiritually that some of you may feel that you've hit a brick wall, but still you are looking at what you can learn from the situation, or how you're growing in the situation. I mean, if you think about it, those plants are breaking through the concrete. So maybe you feel there is a glass ceiling and you're about to have a major breakthrough in your career. It can indicate that even in the toughest environments, you are having a breakthrough moment, or growth is assured. It could also indicate that you're kind of utilizing where you are right now to learn on the job, so that you can go to another company or set up on your own and use that information or that knowledge in order to be independent in some way, or get a new title somewhere else. I feel there's an energy like, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. You will find it. And I get a sense that, you know, you may have encountered a problem on your path, but success can be either through or around the problem. It doesn't mean that it's going to limit you in any way. You will succeed in spite of the problem, is what I'm being given in the energy. So please take it as it resonates. I mean, it may even be something that you'll see, but I feel a breakthrough is assured here. But I do see you're going to have a lot of paperwork to deal with, and you're going to be very busy in the next coming weeks, maybe even tying up loose ends before you take that vacation, if some of you have one booked. Now, the Nine of Swords can be worry. It could be anxiety, and it is opposing the World card, which is in the future energy. So some of you are a little bit worried about maybe your industry, or the way it's headed, or perhaps, you know, the influences of the world at the moment, what's going on in the world. These could be anxieties that are on your mind right now. So you may feel that infrastructure is changing or the working environment is changing, and you may wonder how it affects you or your industry right now. Also, with the world energy, it could be that there are some components to whatever it is that you do that you require and trade overseas. Perhaps there's a delay in those resources coming over, a break in the chain, as it were. But I feel the Nine of Swords is in your past position, so it really means you're leaving worry behind. Also, I feel some of you are looking at trying to get better sleeping patterns, and this is a card that is a call to faith. It basically means that some of you have gone through something really difficult and you are healing from this or recovering from it. For some of you, it could be that you've been unwell, or you've had a procedure, or you've had some level of shock, either in your private life or in the working environment, and you're just taking stock of what's happened. So for example, if some of you left your job or you were made redundant, for example, this could mean that it's taken you a while to just like get your head straight about what's going on, and you may feel a bit nervous. However, I feel there's an opportunity being offered to you here that you will grow through. I feel it utilizes your skill set. It's something that you're going to absolutely love. And I feel that you're protected in this new position that comes in. And the World card indicates it's a very goal-oriented environment, but you are someone who basically completes the team or the company in some way. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be like you may have seen some structuring changes going on in your industry, and you may feel that things are a little bit in turmoil right now, but you're going to see a vast improvement and even new clients or new people drawn to you or your business or your services, whatever it is that you do. And I feel like you're going to gain more attention there because your next card is the Knight of Cups, and this means an opportunity being offered to you, something that you're encouraged to take by the universe. For some of you, you could be invited to like a job fair or maybe even a networking event. You could be offered an opportunity by somebody that you know is what I'm also being given. But ultimately, I feel this is about you imagining or even reimagining your role and seeing that there is growth there. Okay, so I feel, I mean, if you look at the knights, they tend to be very goal-oriented. So your goal is to do something that you love. For a lot of you beautiful Cancerians, you may desire to do something independently, something creative. It could be an independent position at home, for example, or for some of you, it is to be your own boss or to work with a family member or someone you care about. But ultimately, the most important thing to you is to love what you do, to take pleasure in it. And I feel like there's a major compliment coming in for you with whatever it is that you do, okay? I also get an energy, and probably because it's your birthday coming up, some of you may actually find a little gift, or there is an opportunity for a gift coming towards you in the next coming weeks. I feel it's connected to your birthday. So if you've worked in a company for a while, there may be like a small offering there, maybe a little card with a voucher, or it could be even like some goodies to eat, perhaps, or I mean, it could even be literally a plant or a rose or some flowers or something, because I feel there's like a token of appreciation coming your way. This could also be from a client who may not even know it's your birthday. It's like a message to say, you know what, I love your services. I think you're awesome. Thank you so much for handling something for me. You did an awesome job. So it just feels like something really good is coming your way, that you're making a difference, and something that you've been nurturing is actually taking shape, and there's growth there. So this is growing through difficult times and, you know, seeing the rewards of your labor. I mean, the Knight of Cups, when it comes to do with career, it means following your bliss, following your heart, that you're not really 100% focused on the finances, which are important, of course. We've got a Nine of Pentacles, so that means that there is, you know, enough money for you to feel comfortable at this time, available to you for the next coming weeks. And I feel there could be an opportunity for you to either launch something new, or even if you are working for a company, some of you may behind the scenes decide to launch an entrepreneurship. But the World card is in your near circumstances. This is in the near future position, and this means that you're going to be very goal-oriented. You're completing tasks and responsibilities. You're really productive, and you're just getting stuff done. Also, some of you may take a trip for work, a work environment trip, travel, and you may actually learn a new piece of information there that really helps you with regards to your position. Also, some of you, if you are an entrepreneur, and even if you're not, some of you may be thinking about emigrating or living in a different country based on what's going on in the world at the moment. You may be looking at the best place where you feel like you belong and looking for new opportunities there as well. So some of you may be searching overseas for work or contracts, or maybe even you are being in a position to branch out. International links there, which helps grow your business. Some of you, if you work for a company, you may even hear of a merge between your company and someone overseas, and it creates a really wonderful and fruitful partnership long term. Now, this is your advice to yourself in this moment, Ace of Cups. Really look at your skill set, what you love doing, what you have to offer, and make sure that it is in alignment with whatever it is that you're getting as a financial exchange. Also, this is emotional care. A lot of you are under pressure and you're burnt out and you're just feeling really exhausted. There needs to be a conversation about that in the working environment. So maybe you're going to have to pick the right person that you feel is an ally that can help you kind of balance things out, or even just confide in someone if you're really under it. But I feel like there is a period coming where it just feels like the season starts to slow down or things become a lot more manageable. Also, the Ace of Cups is peace of mind. Okay, so some of you, I feel this is a new job opportunity or a new project or something being offered to you that makes you feel secure and makes you feel that you're making an impact in whatever it is that you do. Okay, this is normally the gift card, so I definitely see that there is an opportunity here being given to you, but also a gift for your birthday is what I see. But also I feel for some of you, you've got the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. For some of you, you may even think about partnering up with someone that you love or care about, or someone who's in your family unit or your soul tribe. And for some of you, there's literally some sort of office romance or industry frisson and romance between you and someone in the working environment. I feel this is something that needs to be managed. What I mean by that is, with the Devil card, sometimes when you're in a working environment and you work with someone that you're also having a relationship with, I feel there has to be a line between professionalism, of course, and the relationship. And sometimes it's really about finding the balance and not bringing the drama, or if there is like any drama, which I need to find out what that Devil card is. For you, it's like making sure that it doesn't cross the line into your professional life. Okay, so I see that there for you. Now, external circumstances, Nine of Pentacles. This is a great card, which means, that you are focusing on your plans, you're sticking to your plans, and actually you are creating a financial stability for yourself with your discipline and with your tenacity, your drive, and your determination to work hard, okay? Now, the Nine of Pentacles can also indicate a lot of you are thinking about the skill set that you have and how you can set up independently on your own if you haven't already. So I definitely see you may make some changes here, and that Devil card, it may represent that you're feeling a little bit nervous, you're coming out of a comfort zone, but it will be positive because you have the Death card there. Change is good, it's working in your favor. The Moon card, it is here, which means that there is a surprise opportunity for you, but it's hidden from you at this time, and it will reveal itself when the moment is right. But with this Nine of Pentacles, this is what is, something that you cannot control right now. And it basically means that you're going to be comfortable in the next coming weeks. There's going to be some money coming in. Of course, some of it's going to go out on bills. You're going to be able to save a little bit for yourself, maybe even for a rainy day, or even for something that you are trying to purchase, maybe a large purchase there, whether it's a vacation, whether it's a holiday home, whether it is, whatever it is you want, a car. I feel you're going to be able to afford that. Also, with the World card, some of you beautiful Cancerians are thinking about retirement. When is the right time to slow down and choose your retirement date? So this may be something that's on your mind right now. With the Nine of Pentacles, I see there's a couple of options open to you. I feel like, financially, you will be comfortable in your retirement, even though you may be a little bit worried about it. I feel like you make your resources go a long way. But also, a lot of you are so knowledgeable about what you do that, I feel like you're always on the go anyway, that, you will enjoy your retirement, but you may do something creative or something that is cathartic, whether it's art, whether it's writing a book, whether it's writing a course of learning online, maybe something that connects to passive income that you can actually still have ticking over as you retire. And some of you may even decide to become a consultant in what you do now and actually get more money for it. So I feel a lot of you may be looking at different options, okay? And I feel there's a lot of decisions to make, but also a lot of options available for you that are going to be beneficial. So if you're thinking about retiring, I feel some of you, it's not too far away is what I see, but you may be kind of like focusing on building that wealth first before you actually decide to make that leap. But as I said, I feel it's not too far away and you're actually going to really enjoy it and you're going to enjoy your free time there as well. But for the majority of the rest of my beautiful Cancerians who are not thinking about retirement, it could be that you're thinking about your pensions right now, you're investing in your future, you're going from an 8 of Pentacles to a 9 of Pentacles, you're increasing money in some way, whether that's your savings pot or whether that's you stepping up the ladder and having a small increase in your financial situation. I gotta be honest here, I feel right now that you're maintaining momentum or trying to make some changes where you leave a position in order to move into a new role. But I don't see like this promotion vibe right now, okay? So I will pull a card on it when I finish the Celtic Cross. But the hope and the fear is the moon itself, which is fear itself, okay? So some of you are feeling a bit anxious with changes, okay? And intuitively, you're navigating things very instinctively towards your goals. You're actually paying close attention to your hunches, and that's all you can do. Because, if there's something you can change that you're worried about, then change it. With the Death card there, twice you're changing things and you're on top of things. But if there's something you're worried about that you cannot change, then you may as well channel that excess energy into being productive and, either implementing new ideas or taking charge of something. But don't worry about it because it feels like that is redundant energy. You're just losing that energy and it's not going to help your circumstances. But I want you to be aware with the 9 of Swords in the resistance position, it's in the past position, you're leaving worries or difficulties behind, and I feel now is a time to reflect on your goals and dreams, and you're manifesting by being super honest with yourself, being really logical, having a healthy balance between your dreams and goals, things you can see in your mind, and the physical steps that you take on the earthly plane towards accomplishing them. You've got it all going on. The fear, of course, could also be that there is a new role or a new opportunity being made available to you, and it means change. So it means moving into a different sector, meeting new people, coming out of a comfort zone, not being in a cycle of repeat, not doing something that you normally do day to day. Sometimes it can feel uncomfortable when we are making these changes, but you are so far out of your comfort zone that it's going to be thrilling and exciting rather than daunting, is what I see, okay? Now, outcome energy, we've got the Death card, change, and we've got the Devil card. So this can be about you basically making some changes so that you can reignite that lust for life, that lust for the career, to really put that spark back into whatever it is that you do. Also, it can indicate that, there is a period where you need to make some changes because you're feeling stuck. The Devil card, it's not an evil card. It highlights where you feel that you are bound to a situation and stuck because of it. And maybe that's why I saw that brick wall with the concrete. It's like even in concrete, those plants are making a breakthrough. They are escaping. They are finding opportunities to grow, to create wealth. So I feel you are really looking at your circumstances right now and seeing, how can I change this? So let's just pull a card on this for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Can you please clarify this Devil card? Whoa. I mean, you got the Ace of Wands, which is the Lust for Life card. It means you're enterprising something, new plans, branching out. It can feel thrilling, but it can feel uncertain. So there may be a little bit of anxiety there. But ultimately, this is you having an adventure with your career, the start of something new, your vision starting to come to life. And sometimes, especially if you work for yourself, it can be that you reach a certain level and now you got to maintain it. So you may be a little bit worried about it, but I feel don't worry about it. There was a breakthrough moment here, and even with that card, the Ace of Wands, you can see the billowing cloud, which represents turbulence, chaos. It's like in chaos, you are restructuring, rebuilding, and creating something really wonderful. And the Four of Pentacles says you are secure. Okay, it means you're saving, and I feel that, you know, you are basically thinking for the long term, so you may be implementing new ideas and seeing industries change, but I feel like you're being flexible in those changes. That's what the, Justice card twice means. Death card, change, flexibility. Basically, I feel like you are opened to these changes because intuitively you feel they're coming. So you're protecting yourself and being ahead of the curve is what I see there, okay? So let me just pull some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Now, I want you to be aware there is one rogue card in this deck. It is there for a reason. It's a very special card. Not everybody gets it. So I don't want anyone freaking out thinking that there is, an unusual, they want that card, an unusual one card in this deck that shouldn't be there. It absolutely should be there, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What else do they need to know? Ooh, okay. So we have seal. Okay, so this could be you sealing a new deal or contract. As I said, very important paperwork, documents, very important for you during this time. Paying close attention to expiry dates on things, deadlines. Something may be coming to an end for you that is important, whether it's a visa, work visa, passport, whatever it is. I feel like you're on it. You get it in under the deadline, but do check deadlines if you are thinking about traveling, or if you are coming to like an end of a work contract, for example. Very important to check those dates. It says business contract, documents, gift of money. Some of you may be getting a little bit of a bonus there. Writing, clerical, paperwork, staying put. Okay. So maybe that's what that brick wall is about, making some adjustments. Sometimes the answer is not to give up on a situation, it is to move through it. But ultimately, whatever changes you make, I just realized that this card, of course it's a skull there, but there's all this growth at the top, and this can represent like ideas, new beginnings. The Death card never signals the end. It actually is a transition towards something better, or to make space or room for something greater to come in. And also we have the book, paperwork. So you are going to be under it when it comes to paperwork. You may return to things that, as I said, you need to prioritize now, that you put on the back burner for a bit. It says contracts. I mean, both these cards are the same. And we did get with the legalities card, contracts, new contracts, all of those things. These cards are all different. Award-winning money. This one, coins coming in, but contracts and documents seem to be very important to you in particular for the next 6 weeks. And I mean, some of you may even be writing a book and get a book deal, for example. But it says learning as you go, writing, taking a class, education, and law. So it could be that you're learning that there are certain legal proceedings that you need to adhere to if you're setting up your own business. For some of you, it could be that you're educating yourself on taxes or on money structures. For some of you, it could be that you are basically taking an apprenticeship, or you're learning these skills in order to transfer them into a new role elsewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket. We've only got 2 there. We have the angel, which means you're being guided at this time. If anything has not met your expectations, or you've had a disappointment in your career recently, it is a silver lining, I'm being told. It means that you are protected and redirected towards something greater, okay? But I do feel divine intervention is coming to send you an opportunity for a more peaceful working environment, but also fulfillment. And we also have the horse rune, which means progress. It means that you are going to see future changes that help you move either up the ladder These changes, you must trust the process, but there is a reward there, and I feel things are going to start to get a little bit faster as you move through July and August in particular, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press that notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.